Alright, let's see how this goes. Innocent Blood isn't in Modern either, is it? I feel like I would have seen Innocent Blood at some point in Modern. If that card was in the format. The card is like, not amazing, but pretty decent. All the new Jumpstart cards, yep, Muxus. Powerful opening. Fortunately, our opening is equally as powerful. Modern Muxus. I want some Muxus in Modern. The Goblins deck isn't quite good enough in that format. Alright, so I got some bad news, chat. We're playing the Pseudo Mirror, except we have 7 blanks in hand. It's not ideal. One could say it's kind of a disaster. If they cast a Teferi, I'm just scooping, by the way. I understand how this works. At least I'm hitting my land drops. That is just a fact. I am hitting my land drops. Yep. Oh. Alright, we have one relevant spell in hand. Awesome. Making progress. I wonder if all the Uro decks are just meant to be playing 4 copies of Hieroglyphic Illumination. That card is like unfathomably better than Opt. And like, I'm already pretty into Opt in the standard Uro decks. Alright, we are out of basics. Excellent. I guess I'm not gonna win the game by not doing anything here, but... I mean, most people aren't playing Opt in standard either. But I think Opt's pretty good in the standard Uro decks. I kinda like it. I was playing like Opt and Teamerek way later into the format than most people had given up on them by that point.
Behold, nature's true power.
I basically only stopped playing them because like eventually Kaiba talked me out of it.
I can help you no longer.
Alright, well we got a 2-for-1 I guess. Now we can pulse the cast out. And keep the party going. Boop. Don't do it. Don't have an answer. I want Anissa. Ugh. Ugh.
We are all connected.
Disgusting. Gosh, I wish I could have, I should have played the Fabled Passage, right? Because there's no basics left in my deck, and I could have turned this into a free-free. I did that badly. I should have played the Fabled Passage. Yeah, I did get my free, at least I get my Nissa for a turn, I get a free-free. I take them like a little bit of work, get rid of it. They could even just cycle the cast out and make an Uro, depending on how much they care, but that seems not smart. Ooh. Let the slorps begin. The ban lists I've seen haven't been playing Nissas. I assume that's just because you have Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, and like, it's kind of awkward to have too many 5s.
I cannot protect you anymore.
I wonder which is better though. I could like believe that Nissa is actually just better than Teferi potentially. It's certainly not impossible. What a magic card. Am I wrong about Fable Passage, by the way, chat? I should check the deck list. I thought I was out of basics, but it might not be. I do have more basics. Okay. In which case this helps fuel our search. Yeah, we also have no, we only have one forest left, I believe. I believe the final basic is, oh, no, we are actually just out. We only have 2 swamps. Yeah. That's pretty awkward. I guess I'll play the Fabled Passage so I can transform this. Ain't a great way of doing it, but the Scanter is how we get into this game. The Scanter is a card that can actually brew with error. Not a lot of cards you can say that for. I kind of want to Extinction Event there, ideally, but I also want to flip this as Scanter, whilst being able to keep a card on top. So I think this is fine. Oh, did they not want to censor into our Fabled Passage? That's funny. If they could please not answer my free, I would love that.
There are so many mysteries, and I have just the trick for this.
Remember when I had an Eliminate in hand, chat? I remember. It was a good time. I guess it's possible they just hardcast this. That's also not terribly beatable. So this can go to the graveyard. We already have our land drop this turn. What a draw! Dear Lord. That was a heckin' draw. I would love to force seize your opponent. Be my honor. Alright. Let's take this Nasa. The CROA doesn't even deal with my swamp. And they're like still 1 card away from the next error.
You are a mighty warrior. I can see.
Alright, so I guess I never want to tap this swamp if I can help it. Vigilance, strong. Nissa, also pretty strong. Yeah, let's get one of those. Ooh, Castle Vantress. So many Nissas. So if I do it this way, I can play Nissa, untap a land, and still activate a Scanter? Yeah, this seems good. We're gonna lose a lot of lands if they find a Shatter the Sky. But or Wrath of God, rather. But we also have an active Nissa, so I think we'll be fine. We are gonna get a land sealed away for my Scanter activation. But honestly, that's a reasonable price to pay.
The land fights for us.
You're playing, yeah, this opponent had Shatter instead, I think. Oh, yeah, they have Shatter instead. Which, whilst probably incorrect, it's not like strictly worse, because you do have your own arrows and sharks and stuff you might end up shattering some portion of the time. Yeah, also, like, wild cards are a thing, for sure. Alright, Nissa Who Shakes the World. Decent. Acceptable card. Maybe the Ooze too? Take out some removal. I don't really want to take all the removal out, because there are arrows and there are sharks. We can take out some. Ugin seems pretty bad. If they're going to have a bunch of counter spells in. Yeah, Ooze is, I think Ooze is good. Also attacks Narsets. Which is like quite nice. Oh, Eliminate is better than Heartless Act because of Narset. I got there. It took me a moment. Yeah, it took me a moment, but you're right, Yaylee. So, is the final cut like a Skyrobe God or an Ugin? I just think Ugin just seems really bad if they're boarding in a bunch of vetoes and disputes. And they're not going to have many permanents for us to exile. It's kind of rough taking out one of our few things that cleanly answers to Fairy, but... Fall Guys Season 2 looks so good. I haven't seen it yet. Is there more dinosaur content, Cambo? That's what I need to know. I'm relying on you to relay any dinosaur content. Or rat content. Either of those. The trailer is live now. I probably shouldn't watch it on stream, but they're dragons. Oh my god. Hell yeah. Noxious Grasp. Noxious Grasp could be these, yeah. This is actually just a list I picked up off of Twitter. I haven't changed anything about it at all yet. So I could definitely see tweaking a few details here and there. For sure. I don't know if I want to play this or not. Cycling it for a Scant is pretty nice, but with Graces in hand, I'm probably just going to want to hit every land drop for the entire game. Fun to bully in Fall Guys. Rude. A Lily Pout. What a good draw. What an excellent draw. Opponent also has some good draws. Alright, I would like to not lose the game on turn 3, so let's negate that Narset. It's like 1 minute 40. Alright, so I believe I want to go Thoughtseize plus Spiral here. I definitely want to Thoughtseize. I guess I'm just gonna lead on. It's really awkward just leading on Thoughtseize because I could draw an answer. I'm gonna lead on Spiral and hope it doesn't get disputed, but if it does, just like getting the dispute out of the way is probably good, right? I'm also worried that like I'm not using my opportunity to resolve my Iskanta, but I really need to get rid of a Teferi if they have one. So oh yeah, we could have fought seized first and resolved the Iskanta, that's true. Maybe I was a bit too eager to resolve my Spiral there. How many are in their yard? Wow, they're so close to their first Uro. And they're gonna have an Uro next turn, chat. I'm in trouble. That is a problem. Heck. Good afternoon, Silver Hat. Yeah, they're gonna make a 1/1, make an Uro. And I need to find an answer immediately. I do get a Scry with the Iskanta to help with that there. We have 3 eliminates, a couple pulses. I'm kind of confused as to why this deck isn't just like playing disputes and gusts.
How long do you want to wait for?
I still have much to learn.
I assume like if we end up playing this deck a bunch, it will end up with disputes and gusts in it. Yeah, for sure. If they like draw a couple more lands and we get to flip our Iskanta, we could beat the Uro potentially. Hitting us once or twice. It's not like over. No Pact of Negation, yeah, I really like the idea of Pact of Negation too. I think that card's like pretty good. Especially with Search for Iskanta, that card works very well with Iskanta. Wow. Okay, they're hitting their lands. I love that. Love to see it. That's what we needed. Fortsies is not what we need. Let's fire off a Krasis, get our fetch in the yard so Iskanta flips next turn. Just keep grabbing forests for Nissa. Ah! No! Oh, what a sad Krasis. It's trying its best, but its best is not nearly hard enough. When we draw an Uro, we're gonna mill an Uro with our Iskanta next turn, and it's gonna be glorious. Or a land. Or, yup. Mm-hmm. My opponent and I sharing some similar problems. Please resolve. You're expecting Iskanta to show 4 lands. There can't be that many of them left in the deck at this point, to be fair. There we go.
An opportunity to act rashly is the
Yeah.
all creation can be undone.
Problem is, even if I answer this arrow, it just comes back immediately. Wugin does hit the board. I hit the concede button. It had a few obstacles here and there. Alright, well the Wugin looked pretty good, but I don't know. I'm still a little unconvinced. Let's try this. Does Scarab God even have good things to reanimate? And all their removal is like Exile. I guess they had Shatter in their deck, but... Alright, I'll bring in one Ugin. Yeah, any spell was good for them there, for sure. For sure. It eats arrows. Yeah, you get to draw a card, but you don't get the 4/4, which is pretty sad. Alright, this has potential if we can find our lands. Although we might have used them all up last game. Find an island. Am I main phasing this growth spiral? I guess I am, because if I hit a black source, I then get to Fortsies. Oh god. Not like this. Oh, I hate everything. This is... Ah! Alright, they cycle, cast out. Ooh, we have ourselves a mirror match. However, one of us has is more practiced in the missing second land mirror. Clearly. It's Veto or Nasa. Believe it's Nasa. Now I get to resolve my Nasa and start digging. The Uro now just doesn't have text. The Uro is thoroughly unimpressive. Oh yeah, going from 2 to 5 of Uro, just out of nowhere. It's nice. I definitely had games like that against Sultai and Standard, where you think you're miles ahead because they've missed like a land drop, and then they draw an Uro, or they draw a land, cast an Uro, put in another land, and it's like they never missed a land drop in the first place.
Open mind.
So many misses. Possible I meant to hold open this negate. I was definitely meant to tap the Overgrown Tomb though, I can say that much. Are they gonna gust it? Reasonable. As soon as they hit their 4th land, I have to start holding open mana. I guess I'm just gonna keep jamming this Uro and like eating through these gusts, because I have some Nisses I want to resolve later anyway. It's possible that at some point I should be putting this Uro on the bottom so I can start holding the gate open and try and hit my 5th land drop in the process. I don't know. I think I just have to say go. I can't really let Fairy resolve ever. But it does mean I need to start destroying lands naturally. Nice. It's very good. So now I get to go Uro. and hold open the gate. My yard's already full enough for the arrow, which is excellent. Their yard's getting pretty full for their arrow too. But the moment they tap out for their arrow, they're at risk of my Nissa resolving, so they can't do that for a little while. Whereas I get to start casting my one next turn. The amount of mana I have right now. Their arrow doesn't even draw a card when it hits the battlefield. Huh? My Nasa. So if I kill this and they draw a land, they get to resolve a Tef. I have a Nasa in play though, so they don't get to draw cards off the Tef. And if they tuck my Nasa, I have a backup Nasa or a Nissa to kill their Tef. This is a little bit risky. But I really like having a Nasa in play against their arrows. Alright, they're gonna hold open veto. Makes sense. They don't get to draw a card though. And we get to jam an arrow. Tef does have text. Pretty decent text. I should play around Mystical Dispute. Fetch myself Forest. Cast myself a Slorp Friend. I'm gonna gust my Slorp Friend. Alright, I believe I cash in my negate now. They can just tuck my arrow, but it's gonna come back in a little bit, right? Yard's already nearly full again, and you saw Maelstrom Pulse, and that's how you do it. Look, that's literally a Teferi in play. Please. I wish there was like a timeout 1 button. I really hate that isn't a natural command. Please do not call me bro. Wow, I'm so bad at this. Thank you, Yaley. I appreciate you. Okay, so arrow has been tucked. That's fine. Oh, and they couldn't gust arrow in response. That's a good point. Yeah. I agree with you. So now we just start jamming Nissas. Problem is, if I minus Nasa, I don't get my arrow back. So I guess I'm just not using this Nasa this turn. As much as I start wanting to draw more, really want to start drawing more cards here. I just think finding our arrow is too important. No worries. Thank you for the apology. Just like, not super keen on that word. Appreciate you understanding. Alright. Hef pluses. That's fine. Now the arrow's coming. I really hope they don't have another veto. I guess if they do, they're gonna veto the Nissolo and not the Pulse. Thank you for the bits, Wild Hit Bottom. Appreciate you. Okay. So we get to lead on Fort Caesar. And then probably clear the Uro, clear the Tef. And then they're like one card away from bringing the Uro back, obviously, because Uro really be like that. I do need the Nissa to resolve, unfortunately. Oh wait, no I don't. Okay, cool. Cool.
I will aid you.
Boop. That was some serious drink pouring ASMR.
Be wary of the ground.
Oh.
That didn't go according to plan.
Turns out Narset is as messed up in historic Uro mirrors as in standard ones. I really love the design on the new Jace preview. It's like a really fun, interesting design. Seems at like kind of a nice power level where it'll probably see like a bit of play in standard in like the right contexts, but it's not gonna, I like struggle to imagine it taking over or whatever. Looking forward to it. I'm a little bit worried about, you know, the Uro mirrors of 9 lands in play make my 4 Jaces. Is it multi-kicker or normal kicker, chat? Please tell me it's normal kicker. Normal, okay, thank God. I'm relieved. Relieved to hear that. Oh. That would be so, that would make my opinion on the card drop dramatically. Alright, I tap my 9 mana, I make my 4 Jaces. Your go. Just like rancid. Oh. I don't know if I have anything that rebuys from the yard. Assume not.
I must go.
You kind of want to play that card. Get 15 Jaces in mono blue Lotus. That's not dreaming big enough. You can make more Jaces than that in that deck. Oh yeah, you can end up with several tokens, I believe. Alright.
My elemental friend.
Might get Shadow the Sky next turn, but, you know, think we're gonna be fine. Think we will survive that one. I kind of just don't want to cast the second Narset, because it's so important to have a Narset in play, and if they kill this one, I'd like to have a backup ready. Maybe that's wrong, but we're not exactly like lacking for things to do too much. We have a negate to protect our board. Shrug. I mean, it can negate the Tef. Not even clear the Tef does very much. Yeah, We just have lethals. They have to like cast. They have to have a wrath or something here. Realistically, oh, they're casting the Uro. All right, they do get a card of it.
Hardly my worst.
God, is Nissa just better than Teferi? Is that really the world we're in? I really hope they don't have a Dovin's veto. Yeah, that makes sense, Emma. Both of them have the thing where the person who resolves theirs first is in a really advantageous position, because like on either side you get to hold open counter magic. It is nice that this dodges Gust, but I think I agree with you that Nissa seems better. All right, what am I doing? I'm really scared of Dovin's veto. It's like terrified. Ah. Yeah, dodging dispute. Yeah. So it goes both ways. Kind of balances out.
Hourly love, hourly love, hourly love.
Krutzel, thank you for those 9 months of Twitch Prime support. Appreciate it. Good to see you. I might end up regretting shocking myself repeatedly, but struggle to imagine that happening. Alright, we lose a land, but really that's just Uro fuel. Tobin's veto incoming. You got it? You got it. I thought as much. Alright. I could return this just to draw a card. Be able to block to protect my Nissa. I'm not super into that idea though. If they cast a Wrath, I don't really want to fight over it. Sack a land, draw a card, you may play a land, gain free life, your opponent takes 12. Ah. One of those like, would you push this button questions. So you get to draw a card, play a land, gain free life, and your opponent takes 12. But you have to sack a land. Do you do it? You sack a land, but your wildest dreams come true. God, the Uro can actually not come back this turn. Oh, never mind. Everything's great. I would like to negate your Teferi, please. Try leave a question. Oh. Oh my god. Heck. I'm dying right now. Yeah, it's not the worst button to push, you know? My turn. They have a gust? Oh, what an absurd... No! I was hoping they were going to target the arrow, but then they played smart instead. Oh wait, no, I just redraw this. Lol. Derp 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 derp. Derp derp derp. Seen worse. Seen worse collection of cards. Eight trample flyer, acceptable. Acceptable magic card, you know. The more I play this deck, the more I wonder if you're just meant to be building it like kind of just really close to the standard versions of a pile of disputes and gusts and it's kind of a terrifying thought when you think about it. What if we got rid of some of these historic cards
Pick one.
and replaced them with standard cards?
With thoughtfulness before action.
These. Every time the pros start playing historic, we end up with standard decks of better mana. Wow. I mean, you raise a reasonable point, is all I'm saying.
Behold, nature's true power.
I'm so ready to get settled Omen's vetoed and still have an insurmountable position. When I get really good with Sultai, you want to fight me? I would not advise playing our standard deck against this deck, Kaiba. Gonna be honest with you. Although I admit it does currently look like standard Sultai. There is nothing on screen to indicate this is in any way historic. Like, other than drowned catacomb. So, I guess it's an understandable mistake to make. You thought this was nope, this is historic. Ooh, mighty shark. How fearsome. Turns out Sultai could be the best deck in multiple formats.